Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Kraken Cove, where I obviously do Kraken live streams. You obviously guys are seeing see how Kraken stuff. Basically, guys, I'm not looking at the camera right now because I'm having God in my heart right now because obviously this is my first ever episode, or you can call it also an inaugural episode of my brand new series I'm calling the On Topic Show. Now, the reason I'm calling the On Topic Show is I just feel I want to go out there and build myself in big highlights of the sport world here in the United States, basically. Like, obviously, we have football, hockey, basketball. We've got, I can't remember all the stuff here. If there's stuff you'd like, just comment below. But mostly, guys, in this moment, I just want to talk about myself because obviously my name is Campbell. Which I'll do it again in a moment. I want to always say, guys, my heart is shaking, my heart's pounding. If you guys don't feel like that, but in my head, as I'm gonna close my eyes here because obviously, this is really, this is a new chapter for me. I want to try something a little bit new. Even I'm alone in my bedroom, and I've obviously got a little small podcast, a little studio set up here. So God, want to always say, thanks for really believing in me. Thanks for connecting with me. I thought about this for a week. You told me about this for a week, and now it's about to happen. Let's hope we give the people an amazing opportunity just to learn something that I'm very interested in at the hardest way I could. God, please be by my side. Please be there for the people to make them have an exciting opportunity just to learn something very, very cool and learn from a young 20-year-old man. 1 year old before being officially an adult. God, I hope you give love to me and my family and start a new future. And maybe this could be mostly a career for the people to love and love me at the best way it could. Doesn't matter if they're going to love me or hate me. I want to be 50-50 every step of the way. God, please be there for me. Be there for the world. You're always the best. Let's have a great time and let's experience one of the biggest times I've ever done. Thank you, God. God prayers for you to love sports, and let's have an amazing opportunity. Thank you, God, for always being there for me, believing in me at every step of the way. Even I'm a guy that might love Seattle sports. It doesn't matter. I want everybody. It doesn't matter to be a Seattle person. It doesn't matter. I want millions and millions of people to watch a young man to have a future, have a life, and God is there for me. So, God, like I said, always be there for me. I'll always be there for you. Thank you for giving me a life. Thank you for creating me and giving me something I never done before. Thank you, God, and I appreciate it. I promise you I'm going to do the best I could. At the bottom of my heart, thank you, God, to be there for me, and let's have a great show. Alright, thank you, God. So, like I said, welcome everybody to the On Topic Show. My heart's still there for me because obviously this is a new thing I've never done before. I want everybody to understand that I have been through so many crazy moments and amazing adventures and amazing journeys. So thank you all. Hope this God prayers was very fun for you and inspiring for you. If you guys ever love to do something like this, then this is the right show for you because I want to inspire you guys to listen to a man that obviously has a life just to go through. So appreciate it. So, I'm gonna have a lot of comments. Even this almost baby damn microphone. Almost. I feel want to cuss on this show, I'm not gonna do it because I have a family here right now. It's gonna be too inappropriate. Too inappropriate. So thank you all for being here. Let's get into, guys, and we're gonna talk about football. We're gonna talk about hockey, basketball, and other sports out there, and give my feelings and liking about that. So I'm gonna do the best I can. Obviously, it's just gonna be new. This is brand new for me, guys. So I want to understand this is not gonna be an easy thing for me. So it's gonna take me a lot of time to learn and practice. I've been watching a lot of podcasting for almost a year, and learning and learning and learning, watching and watching the best way I could. So appreciate it, guys, and let's go ahead, guys, and let's go get started here. So first off, guys, nothing too importantly much, but obviously we can obviously talk about Alabama, that Nick Saban's obviously going to be on College Game Day, but I'll probably do it maybe another day or so, or maybe next week or something, because I didn't plan it, because I had stuff ready until this happened. So we're obviously going to do that tomorrow, basically. So I think I just heard a door coming down, but doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead, guys, and I'm looking at my studios because I've got my OBS studio with me, so I want to be sure I got everything with me here, because I'm probably seeing you guys. I'm obviously practicing, I'm obviously learning here, and I obviously had a big prayer by God. So let's go ahead, guys, and get started here. So okay, so first up, guys, let's go ahead and talk about, as a Seattle person, I thought get Seattle a little bit started first, because I planned it a little bit today. Hope it's very, very okay with you guys. Let's go ahead and talk about, guys, about Mike McDonald. Hope I did say it. McDonald White. Hope I did. If I did, sorry, my mistake. So, Mike, obviously the new head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. What is my thoughts about Mike McDonald? Hope I did. I'm really hoping I'm saying it right, because obviously I'm a guy that has tough grammar and tough languaging, and I can't understand it right, and I have to always use a translator just to know that it's who I am. So, okay, so obviously, guys, for Mike McDonald to obviously become the next head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, the Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator, I believe he was a defensive coordinator in Michigan, and obviously I'm wearing Michigan State. It's not about I hate Mike McDonald. I just become a Spartan fan because I loved them since almost a teenager. Almost, it was in me, but just really didn't get too much into Spartans. But once I got much older and much bigger into Spartans, and obviously I did become a Spartan person for life, basically. And obviously, guys, I have like the Huskies too, because what they did get the national championship game. I did. Obviously went for a little bit for the Huskies. I hope Seattle was gonna win a national championship, because that'd been cool for part of my family. I have no idea if I ever had anybody in my family that ever went to the Wolverines University, like Michigan University, like Wolverines. I have no idea. I don't think so, but maybe I'll ask my whole family a question if I could. But maybe, I think there's a big chance, but doesn't matter. Okay, so guys, for Mike McDonald to become the next head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, this is probably the best hiring from the NFL's offseason. And, I always think of that, when there's new people getting a job out of the regular season, if you don't go to the playoffs or anything else, obviously those guys get into the big worlds and talk. But obviously for Mike McDonald, obviously there were some teams out there that did step away and not talk about anything importantly about where they should get the next head coach right away before the postseason or anything else. Now, obviously, there was a rule that you can't get your head coach after the divisional round, but somehow I believe the Patriots got their man. Oh my God, Mayo, Jared Mayo. If I said it right, Jared Mayo. He was the new head coach for the New England Patriots. Obviously, Bill Belichick parked right after 24 years. Man, obviously, Bill Belichick had a great time, and obviously. It was a surprise for me, guys, to understand that Bill Belichick is not going to be a head coach in the first time in 24 to 25 years. That's absolutely crazy. I never imagined it was ever going to happen, but that is a surprise. So to not see that, even Mike Vrabel, holy moly, how did Mike Vrabel not get a job? I'm stunned about that as well. But yeah. Mike Vrabel, man, that man should have got a job by now. I think he could have got the Commander's job, or he could have got someone else by now. Which obviously, next question, guys, is obviously going to be about We're gonna talk about Eric Bieniemy and the Commanders next. That's on my notes a little bit. I have a little piece of paper, like a sticky note, like down there, guys. So I'm looking at it too. So but obviously, guys, for Mike Macdonald to become the next head coach, I'm hoping he gets for more than 5 years or so, because if he is somehow a coach that wasn't good in maybe 2 or 3 years, then I'll be very convinced and nervous. But I don't think we're going to go down that path, and I don't think Seattle is ever going down that path with Mike Macdonald. I think he's going to build a great new system for the Seattle Seahawks and probably become the next Pete Carroll. Now, he's obviously the youngest head coach in the National Football League, and he obviously beats Mayo by a few days or so, like a few months or days than him, because Mayo was about to be the youngest head coach in the NFL, but he held it for almost a few weeks until he got the job, and that is Mike. So when I think about him, guys, I'm looking forward that he can rebuild the offense, but mostly help our defense, because the defense side, ladies and gentlemen, has been very, very rough, even with Russell Wilson, because when he was in the system, he's been like always pressured, just like Bryce Young this season and the Carolina Panthers. Now, I am nervous for Russell Wilson if he doesn't get the job or his future with the Broncos, or he gets released. Now, I'm going to hopefully get a lot of Bronco talk, because that is one of my biggest off-season feelings we have to really talk about, because probably one of the worst trades in the National Football League is on the line if it happens, if Denver is super not interested with Russell Wilson as their next quarterback in probably year 3 for the Denver Broncos organization. So I don't know what's going to happen after that. But for Mike Macdonald, I'm really hoping he can rebuild this defense and hopefully maybe build some talent out of it. Now let's just say, guys, the thing I feel, if you want to rebuild the defense for the Seattle Seahawks' future, the two guys I'm on that in my head, I'm going to have to hate we do this, but just imagine if Geno Smith gets traded, we're going to have at least $22 million of salary cap return to Seattle, and we can build more talent to the Seattle Seahawks. Now, that could be a big surprise. He's an old quarterback. 100%. And he's got a few more years left in him. Where could he end his career? Could he end as a Seattle Seahawk? But in my time, I don't think he's going to be a Ring of Honor or a Pro Football Hall of Famer. I don't think he's going to go down that path, because he's been a bench quarterback for a very, very long time. But he's obviously deserved to become the comeback player of the year, and he surprised the entire world. The sport world never cared about Geno Smith becoming that quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, or it could have been Drew Lock. Didn't matter. They didn't even damn care about the two quarterbacks of the Seahawks, Drew and Geno Smith. Nobody even didn't care about that. I hope Mike can rebuild this team and get some progress back with that. Now, I'm just hoping, because if he can't fix Geno Smith and Drew Lock, they are going to go down a pretty deep path, in a dark path, and they're going to have to rebuild pretty well with another system, and then it takes more time for them to figure this out, and it takes time. I know that it's not fair for everybody, but it is not easy for everybody to get through the National Football League. The NFL is obviously a very, very challenging sport, and the quarterbacking is the most powerful position in the National Football League, because if you love that position of your life in football and you always dream to become a quarterback, then good luck. It is a very, very challenging position. If there's other positions that is much confident for you, then you have a bigger chance to be on that team and a bigger chance to play more football, but you have to always play the catching of it. Now, that's how it works in the National Football League. So, I'm really hoping that. Now, I do actually want to go back, obviously, to Geno Smith, and obviously my thoughts about, imagine if he does get traded. Now, there is specific places that I think he should land into, and I think the number one place I felt he could work with is probably, I don't know what it is, guys, but I've always had a feel for the Washington Commanders. Now, here's this, guys. I'm not saying because of Eric Bieniemy or anything else. It's not about that, guys. I feel Washington would be an interesting place for me, because I think, now, let's just say, guys, let's pretend, guys, it's only if you do not like to get Caleb Williamson. Now, I think they're going to still be on Caleb Williamson 100%, guys. But let's just say this, guys. If the Washington Commanders obviously get Caleb Williamson, and let's pretend, let's say Caleb needs to learn the NFL. Let's say he needs a few weeks of the season not playing right now, and he can't be like Bryce Young. Obviously, he got right to work here, and he obviously got onto the Carolina Panthers starting lineup in Week 1, and then there is a collapse for the Carolina Panthers. Frank White, I believe he went 1-11, I think, or 1-10 around it. That's where because obviously he had a win of his career, and then the interim head coach obviously had another win for the Carolina Panthers, and it still wasn't enough for Carolina to get in. Now, if Carolina Panthers somehow got at least 4 wins, I think they would have maybe had a good chance to get away from the first overall pick, and obviously fetch Chicago and up in something like that. Because I was hoping, because playing for Carolina to hopefully get away from that first overall pick, and so far that was the worst season they've ever, and probably the worst season ever for the Carolina Panthers. But obviously, then obviously, guys, like I said, for Caleb Williamson, Drake May, and Jaron Daniels, I think I said right. That quarterback obviously is not something I never would have heard of until mostly now, a few weeks ago mostly. Michael Penix Jr., I don't think he's really going to be a first round pick. The road's really not into Michael Penix Jr. or J.J. McCaffrey, who is the national quarterback champion of Michigan, of the Wolverines. Now, I'm really hoping, Mel Kiper, you're such a moron. Now, Mel Kiper was obviously going for J.J. McCarthy to go to Seattle. No, I don't want to see J.J. McCarthy. Do you want to know what he did? Yes. Seattle, you know the question. He stole you a national championship. Yes, he did. If he does get traded or actually drafted to Seattle, let's all boo at J.J. McCarthy and never love him. Never love him. Doesn't matter if he's one of the best new quarterbacks in the National Football League. No, he's never ever going to be a Seattle Seahawks. If he stole a title from us, we never give you love. We did that to Russell Wilson. We booed at him because he left us. He betrayed us. He wanted a new life. He wanted to be with his wife, Ciara, and his kids. I'm not saying I hate Russell Wilson, but he was the man that inspired me to get into the game of football, basically. But, boys and gentlemen, guys, I'm going to tell you guys that there is a lot of talk about Seattle's future with a new quarterback. And you want to know what it is, guys? I'm really hoping Michael Penix Jr. gets to come back to Seattle. Now, I understand he did not go to play the Senior Bowl. I did get to see the Senior Bowl. I was watching the Senior Bowl for a little bit. I did watch Bo Nix, and I thought he did an okay job. But then after that, I just I'm not going to go down that path a little bit and not be too interested of the Senior Bowl. And I don't think the Senior Bowl is really too necessary for me. I'm okay with the Senior Bowl because obviously it's people that has big expectations to get to the NFL draft this season. Now, I'm 100% crossing my fingers. I am very, very planning to get to the Detroit draft. Now, obviously, guys, from Michigan. I am from Michigan, and I'm hoping I get to go to the draft, and I'm going to hopefully see the future of the NFL, and I think it'll be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I don't know how many Detroit drafts can we get, but this is an amazing opportunity for Michigan to earn, and the Lions had a great season, get to the NFC Championship game and lose San Francisco, but it doesn't matter if you lose to the Niners. That was very, very okay with me. It was 50-50 what was going to happen. If we won, my God, I would have maybe been emotional, my dad would have been emotional, and the world would have been emotional for Michigan. It would have been an amazing moment, and we've been very, very celebrating for the past few days until now, and just be super excited to the day. It's coming closer and closer, but not going down that path. It's obviously heartbreaking, but hoping next year it will be a stronger year for us. But here's the thing, guys. For Seattle's future, I'm hoping Mike McDonald, I hope he makes a great future for the Seattle Seahawks. I really hope he does. We know what the NFL is going to be with a new quarterback. But for the Seattle Seahawks, Mike McDonald is going to have a very, very hard future for that. Now, part 2. I'm going very, very part two. I know there's a very, very long talk about Geno Smith and then other quarterbacks that could take over Geno Smith and what I think about the future for the NFL. I totally understand that. That was a big talk. So, next up, Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams, since his injury when Russell Wilson returned to the Seattle Seahawks, like as a Denver Bronco, man, he had a full season out. And obviously, we've been one of the toughest trades I think I've ever seen in my life. I was very excited for Jamal Adams to come to Seattle. And it was a very, very rough thing for me. I never imagined what we were going to go through after that. And it was a very, very rough time for me. I never understand what happened and why is he really not there. I don't understand. I respect Jamal Adams. I respect everything about Jamal Adams. But there's always been a heart in me. I don't think he's going to go down that path anymore. Mike McDonald, he is going to go very, very eye to eye on Jamal Adams. He might be a trade block if they get onto Jamal Adams. If he gets another injury or so, and he gets like a shoulder injury or some other serious injury, Seattle is going to have a massive talk about this. I really hope they do. I'm not saying I hate Jamal Adams, but Jamal has been having a tough few years and a tough past few months till now, just having a rough time with that with his injuries. He's got to kick his butt and keep going and keep believing in himself. You can't just sit. But that's the human world. The human world has injuries. The NFL is getting injuries all the time. Jamal Adams has been one of the worst people in the NFL to take the injury. And we have to take that. We have to understand Seattle has been in a good spot on the defense. He's been one of the strongest safeties that the NFL has ever seen. Like almost Sauce Gardner, he's the same thing. He looks just like Jamal Adams, but a skinnier guy, and he's a little faster, and he's a better safety for the New York Jets, and he's there with Aaron Rodgers and so much more. Now, Mike McDonald really is going to be very, very, like I said, the word is eye to eye on Jamal. He is going to have a very challenging new season because he doesn't have Pete Carroll. He understands he is a defensive coordinator just like he's learning from Jamal Adams, and he's trying to help Jamal Adams become a better player. But here's this. Mike McDonald, he's gone to the conference championship game one time, and he has known how to build the Baltimore defense. They were super powerful. Is Jamal going to be powerful this season, or is he going to be pretty mid-powerful or unpowerful? He's, like I said, eye to eye. He's going to be focusing on Jamal Adams. He has to understand what he's got to do with Jamal Adams. And he is going to be a very, very high prospect. If he doesn't play good, let's say, let's pretend Seattle Seahawks go 3-3. And Julian Love, I think I said it right, obviously the safety for the Giants, I think he took a contract, I think it was a free agency contract he signed with the Seattle Seahawks. But if he's better than Jamal Adams, Jamal is on the clock. He's on the clock to be on the trade deadline in week 8. And somewhere between Halloween that he could get traded. So, if Love is better than Adams, Love may have replaced Adams, and I understand that. But if Adam and Love love working together, then Seattle will be very, very okay with it. They'll keep it where it is. They'll both still believe in Jamal Adams, and they'll let Love have somebody that he can work with, and they can both be on the same field together and have time to stay off the field, get rest, have a little water, and then come back out and then do all that and go switch and do all of that. So that's what he's going to be doing, guys. So for Jamal Adams obviously has got a hard future ahead of him. I totally understand that. He's got a hard future ahead of him, and I wish for the best of the best because Mike McDonald is going to be very eye to eye on Jamal Adams. So for Mike McDonald, I wish for him to become the next best head coach and give Seattle their second Super Bowl championship. I hope he does. Second title. Now, I'm not saying we're going to win 59 or 60, 61 or 62. I'm looking for a limit before we hit Super Bowl 65. That's my limit. Because if this Seahawks team can be very, very good and get before Super Bowl 65, that is my limit. That will be my limit. I hope it is. Hope you all are good with that, Seattle, because I hope it is. Because if we get past Super Bowl 68 and it goes Super Bowl 69, It will have been 20 years or more since Seattle has never won a championship. Since that, you know what I'm talking about. 49. I'm not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that because I hate talking about it. I'm not going to talk about that ever on, hopefully never on my show. If I do, try to find a clip of that moment right here and then just do that. So let's just move on with that. Okay, guys, that is going to be it for the Seahawks talking. So I'm going to get a little water here. So we're going to move on to, guys, the next topic here. So, get a little water. Get some water here because I need to take my little break here. Much better. Okay. Alright, guys, let's move on. And let's talk about the Washington Commanders. So, the Washington Commanders obviously signed Kirk Kingsbury to become the next offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders. So, let's talk about this, guys. I'm not happy about this. I'm really not happy about this. I respect Dan Quinn, use our defensive coordinator, Bill Leach and Boom. I totally understand that. Kirk Kingsbury, build probably the best Cardinals team I think I have seen, and I understand what they were like. They were very good, and during the quarantine season, they were good. They were doing a good job with Kirk Kingsbury. I thought he did the best job, and I thought, I thought like maybe he was gonna be a good head coach, and I think things really very changed for Kirk Kingsbury since the Pat McAfee show. Now, I love that show. Obviously, it was Pat McAfee's a good guy. In my head and my heart, two things at the same time. I think Kirk Kingsbury has been different since the Pat McAfee show. I'm not saying Pat McAfee has hurt the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying hurt J.J. Watt or anything else. I'm not saying that, guys. I'm not going down that path. I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to be an idiot to the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals side, I've got some good respect for them. They're the desert team. They're the first franchise in the NFL to get to the NFL. And they're the last team in the height, and the oldest team remain in the NFL. I totally understand that, guys. So, I thought Kirk Kingsbury did an unbelievable job with the Arizona Cardinals. But as the offensive coordinator, yeah, they're obviously going to go on to Caleb Williamson, and they're hoping he gets Caleb Williamson. And he's on a very, very bad team. But I don't even see him and the Commanders get to the postseason. If they can be a great team with their offensive coordinator and Dan Quinn is an okay head coach and he works very well with Kirk Kingsbury, then he has good power with him, and then Kingsbury is going to have good power with him. I don't know how many years Kirk Kingsbury is going to be in Washington, but if he just gets a year there and it doesn't work, Washington is never going to be great in a while. They're just never going to be great. They were 7-9 when they got to the playoffs as the football team. And I always said Washington football team was probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Everybody's a football team. Everybody's a football team. Okay, let's get that. Now, guys, I want to get to Eric Bieniemy. Like I said, I was disappointed about this. I really wanted him to become the head coach of the Washington Commanders. I wanted him so bad. Because we had two black coaches get to the NFL, and they got their jobs. And I forgot the other guy who went to Atlanta. I totally forgot about that. I'm gonna try to get his name in there in the next episode. I'm gonna promise you guys, cross my fingers. I'm gonna hope you remember that at my effort. So I want to say, guys, that for Eric Bieniemy to obviously lose his job after one season. What the hell, Washington? What were you absolutely thinking? Why were you going down this path? Why were you doing that? Why were you going down that path? Eric Bieniemy has been to 3 Super Bowls with the Kansas City Chiefs. Right? Does everybody get that? He did. The Buccaneers game, obviously, that was probably the biggest frustration. Now, that is the only thing I'm hoping that is not the reason. I don't want that game to hurt his career. I don't want that. That Buccaneer defense, they got on Eric Bieniemy. They got onto Eric Bieniemy. They did. So I understand that. But Eric Bieniemy is a great new future head coach for the National Football League. And I want him to have a great job. I want him and his family to have a great future and a great life. to inspire black people. Dude, he's a two-time offensive coordinator, Super Bowl champion with the Kansas City Chiefs. And you're not even going to give this black coach or coordinator to have a job. This is why white people are too overpowered. I understand I'm white, and our skin makes me very pissed. And it's hard. It's very, very hard. I hate that. I hate that. And Dan Quinn, I saved a screenshot of Dan Quinn. I respected Dan Quinn, but since then, it wasn't enough for Dan Quinn. It wasn't enough for Dan Quinn. He didn't want to be with Eric Bieniemy. My God, what the hell? Why was he not the man? Why was he not doing this correctly? And man, I trust Dan Quinn in my heart. What he built for Reaching the Boom, my goodness, he was phenomenal. He was fantastic, and he gets the Atlanta job. And then obviously becomes the man and the head coach to get the biggest blowout in all of football and the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots. Eric Bieniemy, I don't think he's going to go back to Kansas City. I don't think he could. Oh my God, I have no idea if the Buccaneers offensive coordinator job is open because Dave Calvin, can't pronounce his last name a little bit, but this is what I'm practicing. I'm gonna have to learn. I'm gonna have to do more work and more translation and understand my wording, but of other people's names. But I'll do my best. So, obviously he's the next head coach for the Carolina Panthers. I have no idea the Buccaneers have offensive coordinator is open, so maybe he can go to Tampa Bay and be with Baker Mayfield, and maybe Baker Mayfield can be just like Patrick Mahomes, and then. You can have a quarterback that is a top pick in the NFL, and Patrick Mahomes, he was the number 10 pick in the NFL, so I understand that he was a high pick too, and obviously Buffalo Bills, they traded to Kansas City to get them Patrick Mahomes. So Buffalo Bills, oopsie. So hoping Tampa Bay is a good place for Eric Bieniemy. If there's some other place that he's open to and he can come back to the NFL for the 2024-2025 season and get to the World Super Bowl 59, I hope he does. I hope Eric Bieniemy gets I really hope he does. I'm hoping he does, ladies and gentlemen, because he deserves a new future. He deserves a new chance. He deserves to get out there. He deserves to go ahead and believe. He deserves to go ahead and believe and get another chance at this. I really hope he does, guys, because I really want him to go ahead and believe here. So I did some editing here because I'm gonna get the next screen. I was getting the next screen set up here while I was talking. So Eric Bieniemy, I really hope he does get a new job, and I hope he comes back to the NFL as an offensive coordinator next season. I know he's not going to get a head coaching job, and that is frustration. I totally understand that. But there is a build of rising back coaching of the offensive coordinator to the NFL, and that is a nice thing. That is a good thing to be at, and we are seeing good things for the NFL because back coaching and as head coaches needs to happen for the future of the NFL. So, of that. So. There's other things I want to think about him. We keep talking about this. White people, white executives, white coaches, they have to take up this conference and come up with a solution. They have to. They have to come down and learn a new system. They gotta keep believing. They have to understand what the life of the world has to be like, and that is what we need to do. We need to build black coaching, and the NFL has to do black coaching. It does need to happen for baseball. It does need to happen for basketball. It has to happen for us. But every sport has to do the same thing. It's not just about football. Everybody has to do it. It doesn't matter you're what person. You have to respect black people. We have to respect black people to keep believing in us, keep loving for us, and obviously for that. Okay. Hoping Eric Bieniemy gets a job next season. If not, I'll get another talk about this. And I'm going to have almost an argument fighting about Eric Bieniemy And I'm hoping, because the NFL, you have to listen about this stuff. You have to listen to black coaching. The NFL has to understand black coaching. Black coaching needs to happen in the National Football League. We can't just always have white people. We just can't. It's just not right. We have to get other people in different skins out there, and we have to do that. So I'm really hoping we can do that, guys, for the Washington Commanders and so much more. And other people, they have to do the same thing. Everybody. It doesn't matter who is going to get Eric Bieniemy. I'm talking to all 31 teams, not the Commanders. I'm really hoping, just like me and the Seahawks, I hope we can get him. Or do something about that. I'm just hoping. Let's go ahead and get Eric Bieniemy a new future. We have to get Eric Bieniemy a new future. Another black coaching to the NFL. Black lives matter, and they deserve to have a great life. They deserve to have a great life and a great future, and we have to understand that. And that is how the world works, guys. That is how the world works. We have to understand that. We have to understand our feelings about that. So, let's move on. So, Eric Bieniemy, I hope you get a great future, man. I hope you do. I hope you really, really do. So, alright, guys, let's move on to number 3. Let's go talk about the 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's Super Bowl 58, which will be on CBS and Nickelodeon at 6:30 Eastern Time Standing Time. Yeah, nobody imagined this was going to happen again. And many people, I think millions of people were very, very not interested for this to happen. Please do not have Niners and Chiefs again. What's not happened again? It's back. It's way, way back. It's coming back for revenge number 2, and I just want their revenge. They want their revenge very, very bad. I never thought of this until now, guys. I think this should be a pretty interesting game for me. Because here's some things about this, guys. There's a lot of good feelings about this game. I never thought of it until now. Now, if 49ers did get to the Super Bowl, I would have been very, very understandable. If it was Niners and Ravens in the Super Bowl, that would have been a very interesting game for me. I would have been okay with it. Ravens, not too much. I want to see their defense get on Brock Purdy if it was. If it was Ravens would have been on Brock Purdy a very, very lot. And maybe roughing the passing would have been all over them on the 49ers offense. They could have done that. George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey, they would have been all over pressure by the Ravens defense if they could. I think Kansas City's defense is going to do the exact same thing. I think they're going to do, because you got Chris Jones, you've got Snitch, you've got other great players on that defense at my best way I can remember. So I'm really hoping, guys, that let's just hope, guys, that this is a good game. I hope it does. Now, today, there's been rumors to have double overtime for the first time in the Super Bowl. I have no idea if it's ever going to happen. If there's people betting about and having double overtime, you are gambling and you're wasting your money. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Even Buster Connor on the Pat McAfee show, it feels like it is going to happen. Boston, it's going to not. Connor, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Please don't. For me, guys, lots of people have been talking about the Kansas City dynasty. And you have to go win this game. If they win that Super Bowl and be back-to-back, Tom Brady's gonna really, hopefully, I hope he enjoys it. I hope he does. Because if he wants to go back to the NFL after a year, I need to have my revenge. I gotta get 2 more years in me. I need to go back-to-back again. I need to retake my title. Tom Brady, don't go down that path. We don't need you anymore. You did what you can do. You won 7 championships, and nobody's gonna beat you until the next guy can. And that's going to take a very, very long time. Patrick Mahomes said he's not going to go down the path right now. If he can win his first Super Bowl, then yeah, he's ready to maybe go all the way. He's got 4 more to go if he can win that Super Bowl, if he could. But Patrick Mahomes, in my head now, is just a dynasty quarterback. Dude, everybody. They have been to 4 out of the last 5 Super Bowls. 56 is the only Super Bowl that the Chiefs didn't get to play in. They didn't get to go to Los Angeles, take on the Rams, or anything else. It was Rams and Bengals. And, guys, I'm going to tell you this, and yes, I know what it is. I didn't think about the Super Bowl coloring, rooming, the logo, or anything else. There was a moment in me in orange, and there was a team can be orange. who can be orange? There will be the Broncos or the Bengals to go and become AFC champions. Broncos, that wasn't going to happen. It was going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. And I went for the Bengals to go to Super Bowl 56 before the season absolutely started. Bengals, if you're watching this, yes, I did root for the Bengals to win the AFC championship. It doesn't matter, they waited 30 years. They got back to the Super Bowl with Joe Burrow. They did. Yes, you did. You did. So, we can't say to get back there again and again and again and again. Feels almost like they did their dynasty. Dude, they've been to more Super Bowls than the other AFC teams in the NFL in over the past decade. They did. It's been half of a decade, and they have done their success. They've done a phenomenal job. Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, everybody, they did the greatest job they can do. If it won't be like a dynasty football team, then we should still be proud of this team and understand what they did. They were such a great football team. I really hated them because I've been hating them coming back because if I go back to Tampa Bay Lightning and they were trying to be that Stanley Cup team to go three-peat in the National Hockey League, they were hoping to be the Colorado Avalanche and then go three-peat in the National Football League. They were very, very trying to. And Tampa Bay, when they went back-to-back, that might have been the most laziest comeback to go back-to-back I think I've ever seen, because you're facing a former team in the Eastern Conference to win a Stanley Cup. But guys, it was a pandemic. I understand that. But I feel like a lazy situation by the NHL. Hope you go with that. I hope you guys go ahead and agree with me on this, guys. So, for that. Now, guys, on the 49ers, I'm going to stop with the Chiefs right now. I'm going to take a quick drink of water, just be sure I'm getting ready here, because this is important. Takes me time, because obviously you got to drive forking right now. For the 49ers, they have a chance to become the first ever NFC team to win 6 Super Bowls for the NFC. They can. If you can beat the Kansas City Chiefs, you'll be the first team to win 6 Super Bowls for the NFC conference. And they haven't done it before. The Patriots and Steelers, the AFC won 12 Super Bowls of those two franchises. They won 12 of the two franchises. 6 by the Patriots, 6 by the Steelers, plus 6 more that can come to the NFC and then do that. And you have 18 titles from 3 franchises in the National Football League. I'll tell you this, guys. I will always hate the 49ers. Niners will always suck if they lose just a game to Seattle. And I understand that. I hope I go one day in a draft stage and I talk about my trash talking to the San Francisco 49ers. I hope I do. I hope I really do. I hope I do. But if they do it, I'll be happy for them. And I really hope my mom takes it back and that she is a Niners fan. She's not a sport person now, but she likes the 49ers a little bit. I think when she was back as a kid mostly, but yeah, she liked them. She really liked the Niners back in the day. She really liked them like 30 years ago until now. Like, she liked them. Like, she was very okay with the Niners. She liked the team a little bit. She was very okay with the Niners. So, but that team, there's a lot of big guys on that football team still there till now since the loss of Super Bowl 54. The only guy that's really on the team right now is Richard Sherman. That was his last Super Bowl game, and he lost that Super Bowl as the San Francisco 49ers. I think he was the cornerback. Yeah, I think he was the cornerback. I forgot his position. Damn it, son of a gun. Because obviously it's hard to think while I'm recording because I'm not stopping right now. But yeah, if San Francisco wins the Super Bowl, then congratulations. San Francisco has won the Super Bowl, and they will do it. They can be that team to do it. They can. They can, guys. They can. They can do it. I believe in San Francisco 49ers. Lots of people thinking 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl this season. There's a good chance they can win the Super Bowl this year. I really hope they do. I hope they do. Hope San Francisco can win the Super Bowl this season. I feel very, very confident for the 49ers to go win the championship. But I have my locked on the dynasty of the Kansas City Chiefs. It's not because I hate the 49ers. I would love to see Kansas City to end that back-to-back because it's been almost 2 decades. Spoiler words, I was born in 2003. 2003. That's when the back-to-back started. And it's been 20 years. It has been like almost 20 years. And I'm 20 years old. It's crazy. It is really, really crazy. I'm telling you guys, it's crazy. I'm surprised. But yeah, if they do win the Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs, and end that dynasty, and end that back-to-back dynasty, and hope they do, and become the new dynasty of the NFL, then yeah, congratulations, Kansas City. You have officially arrived after 2 good Super Bowl games. You beat the 49ers, and you beat the Philadelphia Eagles. So congratulations on it if you could. I have my eyes on the 49ers to have a good game, and hopefully they win the Super Bowl. But I'm on Kansas City to go win this championship, and I'm hoping the dynasty can happen because Patrick Mahomes has done what he is. He was meant to go to the NFL. He was meant to become the quarterback of the NFL. I don't even care about Taylor Swift. I don't care about Taylor Swift. I don't care. It's not about. I don't want to care about Taylor Swift. If Travis Kelce wants to knee down and have an engagement, will you marry me right now? And then we have to have a family. I don't even effing care. I don't even care. But let's just say, if Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Chiefs go win the championship. But San Francisco wins, congratulations, San Francisco 49ers. So that is what I'm hoping for. So I'm really hoping, guys. That is what I'm hoping for. I hope it is. So, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be it for football. So let's move on, guys, and do that. So I'm amazed, guys. It's actually been more than 45 minutes, and I'm still talking on the first episode. I'm amazed. I'm amazed right now. So I'm surprised. I'm still loving it. So I'm hoping I'm doing a good job. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, guys. I'm hoping I'm still doing a good job. So let's move on. Let's move on to the hockey world. Let's go talk about the Edmonton Oilers losing to the Vegas Golden Knights. The Vegas Golden Knights obviously beat the Edmonton Oilers' 16-game win streak. Their first win, I believe, in 49 days. 49 days. Bam. December. That's when it last happened. They lost a game. So that's absolutely crazy. So Vegas beats them 3-1. I went for Vegas to win this game because I love sad endings. Sad endings have to happen, and yeah, if I went for Edmonton, I would have loved it because I hate the Pittsburgh Penguins. Me and my dad hate the Penguins, and I will always hate Pittsburgh. Seattle has to always hate Pittsburgh. I would have took Edmonton and hopefully get to 17 games or have another game or so and become the best franchise in the National Hockey League in a winning streak. But whatever. Now, one of those wins belonged to the Kraken. We were one of those franchises to lose to the Edmonton Oilers' game winning streak. And we're gonna be part of that, guys. We are going to be part of it. I think what Edmonton has done, guys, has been really like Vancouver and Edmonton. If we see a series, guys, and I feel like it could be maybe a conference final. If they could, I don't think it can. No, I don't think it could. Yes, there is. Yes. Okay, I don't think we can see them in the conference final. I don't think we can. No, I don't think. Only if it's a wild card team. If it's a wild card team, then yes. Okay. I was really hoping if it was a conference final in the Western Conference final to get the Stanley Cup final, that'd been a good series to watch. A Canadian Cup, one team goes to the Stanley Cup final. But I think it's gonna be a round 2 series if they do both get there. I'm really thinking Vancouver and Edmonton will be a very interesting series to watch. I'll probably hopefully watch a good most of the series if I can, if it's worldwide on ESPN. I think they should. I have no idea. But I'm hoping it's gonna be a good series, and I hope it's a good matchup, and I hope it's a good series that can happen. If I face Vancouver, if I do, then I'll be okay with that too. But I have no idea who is going to go to the Stanley Cup playoffs this season. The two teams are going forward. I'm hoping. I hope Detroit Red Wings. I hope Detroit Red Wings 2 guys, and I obviously hope the Kraken gets to do the same thing. So, that is what I'm really hoping for. I'm hoping this can. I hope it can happen. I hope it can happen, guys. I really hope it does. That's what I'm really wishing for. I'm really wishing for the NHL to do that. But Vegas Golden Knights, man, what a job. I understand I beat them in the Winter Classic. Hey, Vegas fans, I have my jersey right there. I have the Gold jersey. Sorry, Vegas, but here's these guys. I'll go a little bit in the past. I started liking the Golden Knights because here's this. That was before I heard Seattle gain an expansion franchise. So yeah, I did respect Vegas a little bit. I got some small respect to Vegas. I do have it a little bit, but if I ever go to T-Mobile Arena and go to Vegas and see the Golden Knights, I'll go to watch Kraken or the Red Wings. I'll be okay with that, and I'll have a Kraken jersey on, and I'll just go ahead and watch them. So I feel for Vegas, the defending Cup champions, to beat Edmonton, that was going to be the challenging test for Edmonton. Can you get your 17-game winning streak and hopefully do it? It hasn't happened. It hasn't happened right now. It hasn't happened yet. So, that's what I'm going to say right now. I think what we saw, guys, is that Edmonton has become a good hockey team. They started off very, very sloppy. They were pathetic, and they were very, very rough. And obviously, Connor McDavid, he got injured to start the season. He did. He was out for a lot. He came back in the Heritage Classic in Calgary, Alberta, against the Flames. And, what was it? Yeah, Edmonton Elks Stadium. I think it's home to Edmonton Elks of the Canadian Football League. But they played there. Connor came back. He was feeling better. I got to watch it a little bit. And I really think my Kraken broadcast team was there for that hockey game. And I heard something. Did that sound like John Forswin and Eddie Olczyk at that game? I really heard their voices. And Connor McDavid were there. They were talking about that. So, they were talking about them. They were understanding what they were doing. All that. So, I'm just going to keep it wide open. So, yeah, I think for Connor McDavid, guys, Connor McDavid's been he's really about to be a comeback player. I had no idea if it was a comeback player award. Something that came from injury, and he's back in the game. He's being like an MVP. He is really the MVP for the Edmonton Oilers. He is never a quitter. He keeps believing for the Edmonton Oilers. Even you guys lost, and you're going to have a tough way to come back home. But I think I got to say this, guys. They should still be very, very proud because they are a top 3 team, I think, in the Pacific Division in the National Hockey League Conference, like the Pacific Conference. I really see Edmonton go to the playoffs. I really, really do. If Vegas did beat them, that's very, very okay. That's a challenging team. You're facing the Stanley Cup champions. You're not going to face them in the Cup final. You're never, ever going to face them in the Cup final. It's never going to happen. That was the biggest test I think Edmonton has ever gone through, and that is the hardest thing I can ever say to the Edmonton Oilers. They did the best job they could, and I think they did the best job they can ever bring to the NHL. And that was a very good hockey game. They fought to the very, very end. They did not stop. They did not quit. Hill, the goaltender for the Golden Knights, did his effort to stop Edmonton. He kicked his butt and did the best job he could. Good job for Hill. He did the best job he could. And Vegas got onto them, and their goaltender, Skinner, I believe. I hope it was Skinner. If he was out there, I can't remember who was the goaltender for Edmonton. I think it was Skinner. Hope I did. But they did a very good job. They did a very, very good job. They did the best job they could. So appreciate it. You guys did a good job. That was a good hockey game. That was a very good hockey game. Appreciate hockey game. That was a lot of fun to watch. So that was a very, very fun game to watch. So. Alright guys, I'm gonna end it here, guys. I want to get this finished pretty soon, guys. I got some more stuff to talk about, and there's a live game I want to go. I want a live volleyball game later tonight, and I like volleyball, and I'm gonna watch volleyball a little later tonight. So, then the show, guys, I'm gonna talk about volleyball, because I really like what the Pro Volleyball Federation has been. I watched every single live game till the very first inaugural game, and it's pretty cool how pro volleyball is heading to America. It's very, very cool, guys. I'm just going to tell you guys, it's very, very cool. So what is my thoughts about the PVF, which means Pro Volleyball Federation? There is only, I have no idea if women's basketball, like the WNBA, is the only professional women league. I think it's the only sport. I think it is. Comment below, guys, if there was more out there, because basketball and volleyball were the only two professional leagues I have heard of in women's sports, and I hope it is. I could be right. I could be very, very right here. If it was more in the professional world for women, then comment below, because I would love to say about that and then talk more about that. And I'll probably put your name. I'll probably put your account or something, like, or your YouTube channel name, and I'll try to get it out there for you guys and maybe build you up. So yeah, comment below if there's more. Just tell me. Yeah, I think for the Pro Volleyball Federation, I think it's super, super cool, because I am gonna talk about Grand Rapids, because I am from Michigan, and it's very, very cool that Grand Rapids is getting into the professional sport world. We only have one minor hockey team, and that's a minor team in the world, and that is the Griffins. It's very, very cool, because obviously Grand Rapids was the first city to get to the PVF. And it's very cool that Michigan will be the first city to ever become the first franchise to hit the league. And there are 7 teams. Like, it's super cool. It's gifted. If there's people everywhere in Michigan, just like me, and you always want to go to a professional sport game in Michigan, you have to go to Detroit. If you're on the western border, I'm between 50-50. So if you live in the western border, let's say you live out near Lake Michigan, you have to travel at least 3, 4, or 5 or 6 hours to get to Detroit as a pain, and it sucks. I think Grand Rapids did a phenomenal job to get a professional team. Doesn't matter. This will be the first team to ever get there, and that is very, very huge. To get the western border of Michigan to get a professional team. Doesn't matter. It's not football. I don't care. It's basketball. I don't care. It's hockey. I don't care. I don't even care. Volleyball will be the first sport to do it. I think it is. I hope they're the first sport team. They should be I think they're the very first sport team to get there. And that is very, very huge for Grand Rapids to get there. And that is very, very huge, guys. That is very, very huge. That is very, very huge, guys. It's a big opportunity, and I am very proud of what we got to see out of the Pro Volleyball Federation. They did a phenomenal job. At that point. So I'm happy what the Pro Volleyball Federation has done. They did so many big things. They did a phenomenal job, and they did the great job they can ever bring. I mean, I'm very proud for them. I'm very, very proud for them, and they did a good job. This is gonna be a pretty good league. I hope I get to see all those games on YouTube. I hope they do, and I hope they do, because if I can't watch all the rest of the games this season, I'm very, very okay with that. I'm very, very okay with that. Way, way okay with it. It's understandable. They're trying to be a professional league. Way, way understandable. I get that. Way, way get that. The UFL in football, get those players to the NFL that can't get into the 50-free walls, just like Dwayne Johnson. Very understandable. I very understand that. It is really a gift that, let's pretend I'm a girl and I can't do basketball, and I have to be a lazy woman. I have to be a normal human. I forgot I have a job, and my love was volleyball, and there's never ever a professional volleyball league, and I wish to become a volleyball player and make a lot of money. I think it's very, very huge, because this is a spark for women to love sports, and we need women's sports out there. And it's very, very huge that women get to do this stuff just like males can do. We have great sex generally, and our sex gets to do what we can do, and it's always been males to do the fun and do the challenge and do all the great stuff. Females can't. They have to always have a built family. They've got to have kids. They got to do all that. Have a husband and do all that. I know there's a limit. There's always a limit. How long can females do sports? I totally get that. I way get that. All sex goes in anyway. All sex can do no matter we can do, and it's a big opportunity that we can see how females can do, guys. And I'm happy that the sex world is going to get a chance for female to get the chance to do sports, and it's super special. I'm very happy for that, and it's a moment we're going to remember for quite some time. I love female sports. I don't know why. I loved seeing new things out there, and we're seeing new things. I think this time we're going to get to see women's sports, and it's huge. I think America is doing a phenomenal job. Doesn't matter. I really think there's thousands of people out there trying to help women to get into sports and not just naughty people get to do. You gotta go for the darkest ways to make money for your family or anything. I'm not going down that path. I'm not gonna worry down that path here. But I know what it is. But just I'm not doing that. But I think sports is very better because it gets girls athletic, it gets them strong, it gets them power, and gets them heart and courage and belief to do this stuff. And it's huge for women. It's very huge. Now, I understand there's male volleyball. I get that. Why is there no male volleyball out there? I don't think there's a male man out there that can do this. I hope there's maybe a businessman that can maybe build some league out there and get males out there. Or maybe male volleyball isn't really a thing, and there is sometimes males can get to do volleyball if they love volleyball. I remember playing volleyball back in school, and I tried to practice playing volleyball, which I can't do it. I'm gonna try and just put my hand out. I'm gonna try to put my hand out there, and I have a visible hand right there. I have been trying to practice using the volleyball, and it hurts my fingers so bad. Once you have both hands on it once I'm hitting the volleyball, it hurts. It hurts my fingers. So I'm not saying that is the thing I hate about volleyball. I just like the sport of volleyball, and the girls are getting a chance to do all of this, and it's very special. It's very special, guys, and I'm loving it. I'm very loving it. So it's very cool what we get to see, and I'm very happy for volleyball to get a chance, you guys. So I'm looking forward that this is going to be a strong league. We are getting 3 new cities. We are getting Dallas, Indianapolis, and Kansas City to get into volleyball, and that is awesome. That is awesome. And Nebraska has hit the upper norths of the United States, and I think it's been because obviously I think Nebraska really is the gift of volleyball. I think that I'm going to call them the volleyball state because I remember their college game. They played in the football stadium. They have almost more than 90,000 people to watch a volleyball game. 90,000 people. I think there was 90,000 people. I think I said it right. But Nebraska was fired up. They were absolutely fired up for Nebraska volleyball. They were phenomenal. They were fantastic. And today's matchup is obviously going to be, guys, about Nebraska, and they're going to be facing the Vegas. They're gonna face Vegas here today. So that's gonna be a very good matchup. I'm looking forward to that, guys. So I think it's gonna be a very good matchup here. So it's gonna be Vegas taking on the Omaha Supernova, which is what's called Supernova. Vegas is gonna make their inaugural game debut tonight, starting tonight at Omaha, Nebraska. So that will be at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. That's the game I'm watching tonight, guys. I'm looking forward for that. So I know once I get it out there and it's gonna be on YouTube for you guys, I'm gonna wait on saying that, and I know it's gonna be a little bit late, but I'm looking forward for this game, guys. I'm looking very forward for that. This is a pretty interesting game. I'm looking very interesting for a matchup. I'm wishing Omaha good luck and Vegas good luck. Vegas is having a pretty good league. They're having a good league. They're gonna have the Super Bowl, and they're gonna get another sport to hit Vegas. It's crazy. It's way crazy, guys. It's way crazy. I'm telling you that. It's been crazy so far. It's been very crazy. So yeah, I'm wishing for that. I'm wishing Vegas and Omaha, Nebraska have a good time, and Vegas obviously. So I wish them good luck. One more thing to end the show, guys. We're gonna end one more thing, guys, and we're gonna talk about the Grand Rapids Rise taking on Atlanta. This is gonna be a very good matchup, guys. That will be on Friday, February 9th, 2024 at 7 p.m. on YouTube. These two teams on be undefeated. Atlanta is 3-0. Grand Rapids is 1-0. That's my volleyball team. Go Rise! Let's rise from the ash and do that. And by the way, guys, I think they stole the logo from the Gotcha Valley Firebirds. Well, I'm just saying, guys. I think we copyrighted that logo a little bit. It almost does. It looks like almost the Gotcha Valley bird. Well, Acrisure comes from Michigan, and there's Acrisure Arena in Palm Springs, California, and you got Gotcha Valley Firebirds, and then there's this guy, it's the Seattle Kraken. I've got the Kraken. And then I respect the Gotcha Valley Firebirds. It's pretty cool. I got Shane White there, and then obviously for that, I'm not gonna go down that path. We're done with hockey tonight, but I think it's super cool. Like I said, for Grand Rapids to get a volleyball team, it's super special, and this is gonna be the first ever away game for Grand Rapids. They took a long day. They took a long. I think it's been more. I think it's been at least 10 days or more. I think so. I think it's been more than 10 days. I have no idea, but it's been a long time. This is my second game I'm gonna watch Grand Rapids play volleyball, and I'm looking forward. I'm hoping my family gets to watch a little bit of volleyball because it's gonna be a free game on YouTube, and you're gonna watch a free game on YouTube. So, I'm hoping Grand Rapids wins. I'm hoping Grand Rapids gets a good win here and go 2-0, and then Lance can get their first loss, as understandable. I think they got another game coming up this weekend. I have no idea who they are. Maybe it's Omaha or Vegas. I think it's one of those two teams I think they're going to be facing, but it should be a pretty good game, guys. It should be a very, very good game. So, that is totally it. I've got all that. That is it for the show. I'm done here. So it's been almost. I've done this. I've been on for 67 minutes. So it's pretty crazy. So, as for a recorded video, and then I will send it out there to YouTube once because it's on YouTube right now. So, alright, guys. So that is it, guys. So thank you so much for for your time. I appreciate it. That was a hard talking video. Appreciate it, guys. I hope I get to do more videos for you guys, and I have no idea, guys, if I'm not gonna be on Friday because I'm gonna miss Friday, but I was thinking Friday, but I know I got work on Friday, so I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but my plan, guys, is obviously be here, is obviously record a video, record video or live video on Monday after Super Bowl 58, and I'm gonna watch the game with some of my dad's friends, and obviously have a friend from my old job I used to work, and she's very excited to do it. She's very, very excited, and I have no idea. We're gonna maybe have a little date. I have no idea. I'm not saying that, guys. I'm not saying we're gonna have a little date, but there's a good chance. There's a good chance. We're gonna talk about him. We're gonna talk about her, and we're gonna talk about our lives a little bit with each other, because we used to work with each other. We used to work together, and then we don't do that anymore. It sucks, but we're gonna have a good time at watching Super Bowl 58 with some friends and family, and we're gonna have a good time. I think it's gonna be a very good game, and that will be that. Okay, guys, thank you all. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time. I had a blast talking in my first ever video, and appreciate it. That was a long time. It's been an hour and 10 minutes. So, guys, appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys are listening, you kept being here to the very end of this video. Absolutely, I love you. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it, and I am out of here. Thank you so much for being here. I am Campbell saying so long. This is the On Topic Podcast. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. And Campbell is signing off. Have a good night, guys.